Video started.
Yep. Are we introducing ourselves or are we going to do that?
Oh.
We'll do that in the car. Okay.
Okay, should we divide it into parts amongst each other?
Should we like say what we're reading?
Yeah.
Like to the camera.
So how many? There's 20. There's 29. There's 6 of us, so we can go by like 4. Yeah, 4 or 5.
5.
Yeah.
Also, and I think after we're finished what we're saying, we should each say like a little.
Like what we think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We like each individually record each other and stuff like that.
Say like who's starting?
I'll start.
Yeah. Then
Okay,
You wanna
say
go-
like
where you
say
go?
like Matthew chapter 7.
Alright, let's start with Matthew chapter 7. Stop judging that you may not be judged. For as you judge, so will you be judged. And the measure with which you measure will be measured out to you. Why do you notice the splinter in your brother's eye, but do not perceive the wooden beam in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me remove that splinter from your eye, while the wooden beam is in your eye? You hypocrite, remove the wooden beam from your eye first, then you'll see clearly to remove the splinter from your brother's eye.
Do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you. I'll take a couple more. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened.
Okay, I'll finish off this section and then we'll go a little bit on it.
Stop at the golden rule.
Yeah. Who among you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you want others to do for you, also do the same for them. This is the law and the prophets. All right.
I think when it's talking about the 1 through 5, those are like one of my favorite verses in the Bible. Because nowadays people are quick to judge others. Like if Max did something wrong in football or something, and I like yell at him for it, then it just makes no sense because I make mistakes too. And who am I to judge him for making a mistake that everyone has made?
I agree with that totally. I think that like with the judgment and throwing things on others, we're only as good as how we treat other people. We're no better than anybody else. The only person that is above us is the Lord, and we are all equal, 100%. And going to where it says ask and you shall be given, I think that it's not totally about just like ask for things that you want and they'll give it to you. It's not like Christmas present. It's staying in your word and staying and keeping your faith in the Lord. Because if you believe that the Lord will, provide for you, and if you have that faith that He'll be there for you, that is where what you would like to be given will be given to you.
Yeah, what really stood out to me more in that was verse 7 and 8. Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks and receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks the door will be open.
Very famous.
And I think it's talking more like prayer, like that is like a cornerstone for prayer. Like you pray for something, it will be given to you. Not like asking for something just because you want it, but like kind of like that. Like it's not like manifesting something; it's praying for something.
100%.
All right.
Kids our age are going, partying and drinking, doing drugs, making bad decisions. And that's broad. It's such an easy gate to go through, but we have to try our best to go through the narrow gate.
Yeah.
I like how it talks about fruit, because I feel like when it says fruit, it's talking about like the fruits, like love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And like when it says a good tree bears good fruit, like the tree is like our relationship with God. So when we have a good relationship with God, we will be more fulfilling those fruits that we strive for every day to be more like Jesus.
Of course. Yes. To continue on that verse, I feel like 18, when a good tree cannot bear bad fruit, that it's saying if as long as we have a relationship with Jesus, that no matter what our hardships are, what our flaws are, that anything that we may do that is like negative towards what we think our faith is, as long as we reach out to the Lord and continue to follow what we think He wants us to do, that those negative fruits won't like stick with you.
Yeah. And one more thing, going back to the gate being narrow and that analogy, I think a good way to put that for Christians is that the narrow gate is different than like the fence itself. The path to God is like God's arms are as wide as the entire fence, but the path to heaven is as narrow as the gate, which means that throughout your entire life, no matter who you are or your past, God's arms will always be open to you. But that doesn't mean that you just get into heaven. It's not a free ticket there. You still have to do your job as a Christian, and you still have to strive to be better. And I think that's the narrow gate.
You gotta bear that good fruit in order to get to heaven. 100%.
And one more thing about this section with the fruits, when like there's blackberries, sweet blackberries, pineapple, great strawberries. It's sweet, and when you bite into them, it brings a smile to your face, right? And that's the same thing for the fruits of the Spirit. They're not better, they're sweet, and when you work on doing them and try your hardest to do them, the people around you will begin to have smiles on their face because it's sweet, and you'll have a smile on your face because you're getting better as a human being.
Should we continue finishing up? I think I was on verse 23. Max, it's your turn. Oh, it is? Okay.
24, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day many will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do mighty works in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness.
I think we should stop there because that's like possibly like one of the most famous verses in the Bible, where like no one wants to hear that, especially like depart from me for you never knew me. No one wants to hear that. I mean, that's why we have this ministry going on right here, because we don't want anyone to hear those words.
Yeah.
And if us 6 and other people in our group can, if any one of us could be like lights for this world to show everyone to not have to hear those words, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's, along with like John 3:16, that's one of the most influential verses, in the Bible, because that is kind of like a driving motive for a lot of people's faith. And when they first get into the Bible, when they first hear about like big verses and stuff, that one really speaks to them. And even as like Christians that struggle in and out of faith, it's super important to them, just considering like it is the end all be all. That is life and death and hell and heaven. And I just think that being a huge pinnacle is something that we definitely need to keep on our minds every time we're thinking about sinning or bad things around our mind. That we totally just need to keep that in the back of our minds and using that as driving force.
Yeah, it's scary because it's scary obviously, but it's a sign of hope too. Because if we know God, then we won't ever hear these words once we are the get to heaven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really like verse 18 too. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a deceased tree bear good fruit. And I think that really means if you're in a healthy relationship with God, you will have those abilities to go out there and strive for the Lord and have a good impact on others.
I think an analogy for that paragraph I'll say is God is the gardener, He's the planter, and we are the trees and plants, and He has the water, He has the ability to put us in place of sunlight, and He can put us in place of sunlight, but Actually, you see what I mean? I mean, it's not. Now that I'm thinking about it again, it's not the best analogy, but you guys see what I mean.
Yeah, and also it kind of correlates with the verse, from the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. I'm not sure where that's at, but like he said in verse 18, a healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit. If our hearts are healthy, if our hearts are that healthy tree, we won't be bearing bad words out of our mouths, and we only speak life and truth to people.
I like verse 21 a lot, and how it says that, no matter how you use your faith, like if you reach out to the Lord once and consider yourself a Christian, that you're not really following in His footsteps and teaching His word, so you're not guaranteed a spot in heaven as you would if you're spreading your faith.
I think also going back to a tree and the fruit it bears, like I think that's like whatever doesn't come from God or whatever doesn't live with God will never bring you closer in your faith and will never fulfill you. Yeah. So I completely agree with what you guys said, and I think it also goes back to like worldly things like